like an alien, you know. It's like a football and it has 6 cameras on it. They're
What do you call a director in Hindi?
director going somewhere with the scooty. I was like driving and I saw in a battery rickshaw, I saw Zoya Akhtar and I saw there's some other woman around.
Some Joe Rogan stuff happening over here, love it. So
Be very careful what you say next.
Alright, welcome to the podcast of Superfly guys. Today we're going to be talking about a lot of production things. And today we have Poorabi, we have Judson and Akash. So we work at Superfly and I'm going to hand over this to Poorabi.
Okay, I'm just saying I'm going to be the moderator and I'll have the prompts and everything. But obviously feel free to like pitch in with anything else. I'm just here to make sure we are regulating the discussion and going forward on time. Just managing the workflow.
Okay. That's tough for me because I have some problem in my brain to managing the workflow. I'm like all the time here and there and I don't know.
Is that a thing that you think a lot of creatives struggle with, or is it something that's part and parcel of how you like?
No, I think I just can't focus when it comes to like putting my data and putting my all the things like मैं क्या काम कर रहा हूँ, how I'm working, कितना काम कर रहा हूँ. I just can't do it. I just keep working. When it comes to the full-on production, my all focus is there. So if I feel that I want to manage it, I feel the shutdown. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Reminder to not swear. Okay. So one of the things that I wrote down as a way to like keep the discussion going was to talk about what roles we've taken on in the past and what roles currently we've been doing with Superfly. Judson, do you want to go first?
yeah. So do I talk about my career over here, like the career path?
I mean, career path, or you can mention specific roles you've taken on, like specific projects.
That keeps on differing project to project. So mostly I'm supposed to be taking care of post-production, but I get involved in production as well. It's kind of fun. Production I feel is nice. But the only sad thing is as a post-production guy, after production your work still continues. So other than that it's great. So mostly it's post-production. Like my role has always been in post-production. I hate being in front of camera, but yeah, like I said, production में भी sometimes involved होना पड़ता है. इस बार थोड़ा ज़्यादा involved हो गया, but then nice. Like I realized that being outside your comfort zone is also important.
And you are good in front of the camera. You did an ad for Probo.
That was the worst thing.
No, you looked so professional in it, and you gave us 4 takes and you nailed every single take. You don't understand how.
Because I went out and kept on practicing those.
That's what it is. No matter what you did before or no matter what you did afterwards, the fact that you hit it in your first try and everything else was just for safety.
Yeah,
I mean,
it would also help me a lot. He was
But
like,
I think it's a factual thing. Most of the non-actors are the best actors, what I mean? Because they don't pretend in front of the camera and they don't like keep reminding themselves, like, I'm acting.
Yeah.
So if a person, you pinks them up and you just throw some lines to them, they're gonna say naturally and normally, so it just comes like makeup.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Do you want to talk about what roles you've taken on in the past?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a production guy, like full on. It's like all the things like pre and post is like a bit messed up, but yeah, when it comes to production, I just, make it work very nicely. About my roles, I mean, I've been here and there a lot. I've been into the lighting, I've been into the set, I've been into the camera, I've been into the cinematography, but the major thing I'm gonna talk about for this company I have worked, and I was working as a virtual reality cinematographer. It was the coolest job like I ever had about, because it's like you just have to go to different places with a 360 camera and shoot stuff and just see what is happening. So it doesn't take a lot of requirement of the production team, lighting and everything. It's like 360. So you just have to keep it more real in the terms of technical stuff. It's like I've been watching a lot of VR videos. So what most of the people are doing, they're just sitting you know, they put the camera on tripod and they're sitting there having a coffee, and so it's basically the VR thing. So you know, now you're the part of, like, this is a exciting thing about this, yeah, that you become the part of production itself in the video, you know.
Yeah.
So that's the interesting thing. Baki, I have done pretty much stuff about acting.
360 videos are fun. Like
Yeah.
I've always been fascinated. The first time I remember, there was this Kendrick Lamar video where this dude does a whole small world effect, and that was the time. I've seen people doing it after that, but as soon as that came out, this dude was like riding a cycle and suddenly it just goes small world, and that was some
Yeah.
crazy thing. And Akash has worked with a lot of 360
Yeah.
like camera handling and all. I think there's a special camera for that also, right? Tell us more about
this
that.
camera. There's like bunch. One is 360 Insta, 360 Titan, 360 Insta Pro 2, 360 Insta Pro. So it's basically like an alien, you know. It's like a football, and it has 6 cameras on it. And it's mounted, and it's when you know when you record, you know, start the recording, it records 360, and then it converts the whole image into one image, and then you convert into a VR image.
Oh.
Yeah, that's how it works.
I've seen this camera which you basically it's like a ball. It's kind of indestructible, and you just like whenever you want to capture, you just throw that thing up, and it just captures. Like as soon as there's this place where the gravity starts pulling you, right? It just stops and then drops again. It's right at that moment it captures everything 360. So basically you capture that moment like exactly like if there are in concerts. People have done that. It's some crazy images like the whole like stage is there and all the people they are with and stuff they don't even see because it's like the point of view is crazy. Like you just throw it up and then get it.
What happens if you don't catch it?
Nothing. It's basically unbreakable. It's like a ball. So it has like these like cage kind of a thing. So it just drops. You just pick it up and then like later go home and get all the footage out.
Yeah, I think when it comes to VR, it really gives you a nice perspective of the person if the person is doing something. The first time I remember using the VR headset, I watched this roller coaster video in that. So a guy mounted a camera on the head on the roller coaster, and he's just going. It was like a 5-minute ride, and I was like, fuck. I was feeling like.
Stop swearing!
I think that's fine only. When production में सबसे ज़्यादा क्या होता है?
I'm like, yeah, obviously, I cut कर दिए तो क्या like.
I've seen like so many productions where like people are like very you know nice and all, but when on set some screw up happens.
Yeah.
Oh, you will see.
It's like, yeah.
The first time I saw. So we were working with Sony.
Be very careful what you say next.
Like, he got pretty angry. Let me just say that, like, because when things are going on live, the tension is insane. Like, even I've not been a part of, I was not a part of it. I was just hanging around. I'm seeing all these people working. So there is a shoot and all happening, and suddenly I'll probably edit it also. So, I'm the editor, so.
We'll add like a beep when you say the person's name.
Yeah,
You know, we'll just do that.
But then the place, like, till the thing started, we had all the green screen set up and everything was like chill. But on the like the main recording starts and everything, like everyone went super. There is no smiling around and anything. And even that, there was some screw up. Anything happens, the guy, there's a basement room over here. The guy knows that okay, something happened, something is coming, and then this dude comes in and like demolishes the place and everyone is like, oh my god.
On set, if we heard the director scream at someone, we would just make ourselves disappear. Even though we're not at fault, we have nothing to do with the lighting, we're producers. But if it goes wrong, just know that I'm not in the building.
And I feel that is very important to have, like, if one guy is taking care of everything, like he has to make sure the quality has to be proper. You have to, and these guys also know it's not like he has something bad against them and all. Like it's work. Like you can't in live. I imagine, man, in live how it's gonna be.
It's
like,
crazy.
It's
Like
It's awesome. Like it's
Yeah.
like thrilling in a way.
but it's like I think like directors are very smart in the terms of using their anger. Like they know where to use their anger to manage things.
Some do, some don't.
Like
Oh, yeah.
Which is why one of the phrases is a country runs best without its prime minister and a film set works best without its director, because some of them really bring chaos. I think the problem is that whatever energy the director brings, everyone else embodies. भाई director stressed है जल्दी करो भाई ये हो रहा है वो हो रहा है.
I think sometimes directors are also acting on sets as they are very stressed, but in the deep down they are like they have to make things work like very quickly, so they act well so people get everything on time, so they have to make it like he's very mad and I have to make it work. So
Yeah.
that's how it works, and it's very important to do it because it's
Yeah.
like all acting game. If you won't do that, you won't make people work more.
Sounds
true.
like gaslighting your way through a good production.
There's a lot of psychology behind it as well. I mean, to think about it, like when you make a set and then you work on it, you have to put out an output so quickly. If there is a time constraint, then the psychology behind it goes really hard because you have to think how to manage people, you have to say the right things, and that only comes with experience. Do you consider yourself to be an auteur filmmaker? Someone who likes to take on multiple roles
Yeah.
on a project, but basically ensure that their creative vision goes
Yeah.
through. Like, I think, I don't know if there's something to be said about the personality, but it's more so that they want control over a lot of different things. And there are people who do that, they do it really well.
Yes.
And there are people
I would
who
say I'm a very, in the favor of creative freedom. It's also, why are you making films? Like, you know what I mean? Like, if I'm making film for myself just to show it to people and to convey some message, that's it. I don't want people to like it. I don't want people to admire it. I'm just making it so that what I see through my eyes, I want to show it to people.
I'm not saying that your vision will not go through. I'm saying that having different people take on different roles allows your vision to be better.
Yeah, obviously it makes, but it also comes with what if I don't have the resources sometime. Like I feel like maybe I don't have.
So do you think being an auteur filmmaker is something that you need enough funding for?
Yeah, obviously it needs at least enough funding to shoot. Like if you don't have the camera, would you do it with phone? You can do it with phone, but something is gonna miss. Like something gonna miss. That's what I meant. Yeah.
Okay.
So, for the guys at home who don't know, Akash is not just a production kind of guy. He's been acting all his life. He has done theaters
Still
and all
doing the
that.
same thing.
Even now he acts pretty well, man. Like
He has to act like he's interested
Yeah.
half the time when I'm describing
half the
something.
time he's on client calls. He's like, oh wow, yeah. Then
When I'm like,
अंदर
no,
कुछ
you have
और
to organize your projects. Like, yeah, I'm listening to you completely. I'm going to rename all the files.
I can say something in my favor. If you have
No,
to live
no.
a good life, you have to be a good actor. It's very simple. If you
Yeah,
can't act in the real life, it's tough to manage things.
So
Yeah.
Akash worked in a feature film where he was the lead.
He's being so humble about it. He's like, no cameras.
Be humble. Anyways, I don't want you to be humble. Tell the guys, how was it, being in a film and playing the lead, and the kind of character you were playing is also pretty interesting.
Yeah. So about my film, actually I played a character of a transgender. So it's tough. It's very tough, especially when you come from, different sort of families, different beliefs. And when it's growing, I would not say it's too much, like people are too much acceptable of these things. That's why they are making films of that. But it's tough to even do that as an actor. Because it's like, somehow it's there in the brain, We are trying to empower people, but we are not empowered by ourselves. Like I have seen this on set a lot of time when there's like a bunch of people on set. Sometime I'm like doing shot and then I hear someone laughing about something. And I know, like I can feel the vibe, it's not the usual laugh. It's about something, like the way I was walking, the way I was moving, the way, it happens. Maybe it's like being being like a guy like me who just started the film career. They have to face that on set. if Nawazin Singh Siddiqui also did this, transgender character, he didn't feel the same because he has the power. So people were more scared of, okay, if I'm gonna do something, he's gonna send me out. Like in my case, I just have to play that and just keep tolerating things. Like I didn't have too much authority to even speak about things.
Have you ever tried method acting or anything like that? When you are playing this role, are you literally acting like your imagination of a transgender acting, or you are like imagining yourself ki main hu?
I would say it's like most of the people, I use the technique in acting which is about touching my emotion in past. So it's like I have a very good, pretty good memory of recalling at the time when I was so happy, recalling at the time when I was so annoying, recalling at the time when I was like so fucked up in my life. So all these things I have, small boxes. So when I have to do acting,
Tap into that emotion, you just open that box.
I just, if I have to play like crying, so I just go back to my emotion where I cried the most, and I just get it. And I can cry right now, and you will be like,
I think there was a lot of discourse on acting techniques in film school as well, where again there's a lot to be said about method acting. And one of the things that my friends and I always said was that if you're acting, just act. Just like think about something, connect to something personal.
Just don't be sad.
Sad. Why do you need to live in a box for like a month, send dead cats to your co-workers?
Yeah, hold on.
By the way, there's been a mishap on set. If you can't tell, one of the lights has gone off.
We're gonna continue still.
Yeah, we're gonna continue still. We're gonna try and get it working. Yeah. I'm talking to you, DOP. And while that is happening, Rishabh, say hi to everyone. Yeah, so why, I think some people take it too far, but that's the thing about method acting where there are no rules. You're trying to figure out this role by yourself, you're trying to embody it yourself, so there are no rules where you can be like, ye mat kar, wo mat kar. But again, I feel like there is something to be said about just acting, you know.
I mean, on the top of that, just to contribute on this thing, I would say that throughout, as you grow in acting career, as you learn and as you see, like pretty much every actor find their own way to convince themselves to be that character.
Yeah.
Like it's not like, there's no standard fix
to
do a particular scene or to do that emotion.
Yeah.
Like people have different choice. Like as you get dive into it, you will be like, damn.
Yeah.
They maybe something is working for me and it's not gonna work for you.
Yeah.
So it's
that's true.
like that. Yeah.
It's definitely very interesting handling actors on set, especially when it's a drama or something. I remember seeing Joaquin Phoenix prepare for his role before he went and shot like a scene in Napoleon. So the scene is, there are some carriages coming and then there's a huge blast that happens, forgetting which part of the film that is. And so they shot it like we were in the building and they were shooting it on the road below. So we were watching everything. We were just in awe of Ridley Scott doing his thing. And then we see someone really short. We're like, oh, that's Ridley Scott's son probably. They're all standing and talking about the set, whatever, cool. And the kid turns around. And it's not a kid, it's Joaquin Phoenix.
Okay.
But he spoke to Ridley for a while, he's talking to his director, figuring things out. And then the minute he has to go in and shoot, he's by himself. There is no one who's allowed to be near him because he is just getting into the zone. Yeah. And it's definitely it's very respectable. But again, I think it's like a landmine on set where you really have to, there needs to be one person who's talking to the actor. Because they get in that character.
Walking,
It's okay.
Phoenix had such big shoes to fill when he played Joker.
Yeah.
Because
Did you see the new trailer?
Oh, I just whenever I'm going to watch a movie, I just watch the first trailer and then straight movie because I don't want to know anything.
Yeah.
But then I saw the first trailer. It's amazing. The last shot where I don't know the smile. So the smile.
That was a great shot.
I am flipping out. Okay, maybe him, the glass, and the camera both are moving separately. It's like some kind of forced perspective which they used in Lord of the Rings a lot.
So that is happening. और क्या कर रहे हैं पर जो भी है यार, like it's good stuff.
Yeah.
And then this guy is trying to. There was Jared Leto who tried his hands on Joker's character, failed big time. All he has is abs and some tattoos. That doesn't make Joker. But Heath Ledger's.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to talk about the abs?
No, not about the abs. Just one thing to say. I will never find Jared Leto attractive. Let me just say that.
He's a
No.
very nice artist.
No. But also, what I wanted to say was that when it comes to acting and hating someone's acting, I think most of the blame goes on the director. I really
Yeah,
believe
I get
it.
that.
Yeah.
Which is like, first of all, I love Zack Snyder. I love The Watchmen. I love the Snyder Cut. It's fantastic. He is so talented.
Snyder Cut was longer but better. I
So
know how.
good, so good.
Yeah.
But again, Jared Leto's acting, I will blame on Snyder, because then there's, okay, I'm gonna say something really cheesy, but I talk about this topic at least twice a week, if not more. It's Twilight. Wait, let me tell you something.
Let me tell you something.
Oh, let me tell you something.
Yes.
Basically, Kristen Stewart had been an actress since she was 10. She was in the David Fincher film with Jodie Foster, and she was fantastic in it.
Which
She
film
did
was that?
It was The Room, I think, or something, where basically there's a safe house, safe room or something. Panic room. There's a panic room.
Okay.
Panic.
Yeah, panic room. Yeah. So she was a kid in it, and then she was in some other films as well. There's like a film. It's like Jumanji. It's like Jumanji is what I'm saying.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's a very famous name, and I'm really upset that I can't remember the name. She was in it. She's a really good actress. When she was in Twilight, the reason why people dislike her character is also Zathura. Yeah.
It's the second part of the money.
Some Joe Rogan stuff happening over here. Love it.
Thank you, Rishabh. But yeah, and so I am trying to say is that she already had a body of work that supported the fact that she's a really good actress. It's just in Twilight. I mean, can you imagine
Sadly,
someone
she's
being-
made fun of her acting in Twilight.
Yeah, but okay, imagine you're on set and this girl just goes like, like that's Edward Cullen. Can you imagine that happening and the director not being like, cut, what the hell are you doing? It's the director's choice.
Responsibility
Yeah,
to-
the director essentially what they have to do is direct the actor. So
Yeah.
that is where I always, every time I see someone acting bad, I get it. Some of them are Nepo babies. Some of them just got their opportunity. Like, who's Sanjay Leela Bhansali's niece in that show? Hiramandi.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is a case of really bad acting and nepotism. But then there are also times when, can you? No. I will just bleep it. But like, okay, so famously, she went viral for being a really bad actress on this really famous
Who
show
are
on
we talking
Netflix that
about?
came out recently.
There's actors in
Yeah, and she's Sanjay Leela Bhansali's niece. Again, we'll bleep that out. And if you see the scenes, it's really bad acting. And the reason, and which
would
is
like to see.
very
I
surprising
love
because
cringe.
the director is known to be extremely hard on his actresses. There are a couple of famous actresses who will never work for this director again because they were traumatized. They had bruises. They were up for like,
They got beaten up on set.
I don't know. I'm guessing not, but it was just like just work or some set.
Wow.
But again, because the director is so famous, he gets away with a lot of things. So I expected that he would push his niece to that limit to get that or to get some output from her.
Yeah. But I think somehow it's like when you are a director, no, you have to break some wall of relationship. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like if there's my son or my relative or someone, I am the director, I'm making them understand. about the scene
Yeah,
and
exactly.
like after one point, I'll not push it. Be like, it's okay, yeah.
Yeah, we don't know what
Especially,
happened on
you
set.
know what I mean? Like when you see like such trained actors around you, they don't need so much push to make it work. But when it's such a big film, so That's what I think.
Yeah,
That-
like
that
again,
might be the
we
case
don't
in,
know
like,
what
the
happened on
relationship
set. We don't know
between-
what the director is like personally with these actresses. We have no idea what's going on. My point is that I usually, when I'm trying to put blame on someone for their bad acting, 60% of it goes to the director. Because then I've seen directors who
obviously,
take
it makes
100
sense.
like we were shooting an ad for a brand recently that do baby products and everything, and we were shooting it, and we had people who were first time actors, and we spent some time with them, but we got the shot in. But we gave them that time, we were like, hey, we're gonna try this out a couple of times to get it right. And we did that. So in that sense, if their acting is bad, the onus falls on us as well to recognize it on set and fix it. So that is why I sort of believe that directors really have a hand in, at the end of it, कौन सा take तुम डालने वाले film में.
Absolutely. Yeah, like it's also about like what is the meaning of the scene, what nuances is required in the scene, and like everybody's there, or production house is there, but actually वो meaning क्या है, वो director को ही पता है, like you know what I mean, like अगर वो director can't see it in that scene, and if he is okay with the shot, that there's something wrong with that. That's what I think.
Definitely.
So there's this like a small story, Ashna.
So Akash, since we are talking about production, I'm sure you must have a lot of stories to tell about your production journey till now.
Yeah, I mean, I have a very interesting story. Not like production, but like acting struggle. I just want to talk about it a little bit.
Sure.
So it's like in Malvinagar, I was on vacation at my nani's place, right? So there's like market all over. So I was like going somewhere with the scooty. I was like driving, and I saw in a battery rickshaw, I saw Zoya Akhtar, and I saw there's some other woman around, and I'm like, and I was like driving. I'm like, what the fuck? Did I just see Zoya Akhtar? And then I followed them, right? I'm like, she is Zoya Akhtar. I followed them on scooty, and then so they were shooting for a film in Malvinagar with 3 units of the sets. So she was traveling from one unit to another unit in the battery rickshaw. Like not a lot of people know her like as a director, like with the
Yeah.
So I followed her.
Oh my God, you followed her.
Yeah, I followed her.
I have nothing to do with this guy at all. This is the first time hearing of it. I am not liable for anything. Zoya Akhtar, call me. Let's talk about it.
But the point is, I was so crazy about acting that it's like the only motive to follow her is like I'm gonna talk to her. I'm gonna ask for work. It's very simple. I was like 19. I was like, I went. I was like, Zaisha. I was like 19, and then she stopped somewhere, like on some year. So I saw what is going on. There was like directors and producers, everybody is sitting. I was like, I'm just gonna talk to her about my scooty. She was standing outside talking to me, and she entered the set behind that. And I'm like, she was like taking copies and her like, damn. She's like, yes. And I'm like, so basically I do acting and stuff. Like basically a small filmy actor, and I want to like be the part of some of your projects if you have like, something for me and stuff. I've been doing theater for like 3-4 years and this and that. And then she's like, okay, I'm gonna sign somebody for you, and they're gonna take an audition. If something comes up, it's gonna like work for it. And I was like so happy about the part, and I'm like, damn, bro, this is like, the dream is coming in my hands. And then the time she left, I said, 10 लौंडों ने मुझे घेर लिया, and those people were from the production, like. AD.
I'm so surprised by this ending.
And like, like all the ADs and producers, and they're like, how the fuck did you talk to Zoya like directly about the work? We are like assholes, उनके चूतियाँ यहाँ पे and all सब कुछ, and they.
Damn, what's the reason for them getting so violent?
Because there's a channel, no. You can't just approach the director to get work. There's like casting directors, producers, line producers. Like there's a whole channel like behind the cast.
Oh, they get very offended.
Yeah, we can't talk to set.
Yeah.
Like we can, but like ideally, like if we had any doubt, we would go to the AD who's sitting in the room.
Yeah, it's like so. Yeah, back to my story.
Yeah.
So and then what happened? It's like. And they are like, I'm gonna call the police. I was like 19 and I was very scared and like I don't know what is gonna happen. It's like big guys, and I was like, But then I had this click in my mind and I said, like, I don't care if you call the police, I'm gonna stay here because she told me to stay. And I stayed there, like I sat there, like, and I was waiting, and then one of the guys like, हाँ यार जो है ने बोला इसको better है, तो I keep pushing the problem what. So and I was sitting there, it was like 3 p.m. Right, and I sat there till 11 p.m. and nobody came. And I was just sitting there hoping somebody will come and then
My God.
like that was a story. Like I have had like good more like this. Like I have like bunch of things like that. I did so stupid.
My God. You achieved what every parent tells their kid. Purvi, if you just email Christopher Nolan, he'll hire you for his next film. Purvi, just like reach out to like Shah Rukh Khan, you know, just like maybe he has an opening in his company, you know.
If this is going to reach.
If only it was that easy.
I waited so long for that. Trust me. So long.
Did she have some back door or something where she left? Like,
I don't know. Maybe she was so busy or something. Maybe she forgot. Like it's like big things.
Of course, dude. And can you imagine how many people walk up to Zoya Akhtar at any given point?
But you know what the interesting part is. उस time पे मेरे लिए सबसे important वही था. So I didn't think about it.
Of course, dude.
You know what I like? Those dreams are like individual dreams for everybody is the most important thing for that time. So I think the mystery of my life. But yeah.
Okay, let's get back on track.
Okay.
So I will tell you guys this, that I have a quiz ready. It's a very easy, very simple quiz. We don't have to do it now. If you guys want, we can talk about this in a bit.
No. Let's talk.
Let's do the quiz.
Let's do the quiz and like.
Yeah, I just don't feel like we have the energy for it because you give us such a heartfelt story and now
But it's okay.
like...
I don't feel bad.
No, of course, dude.
I did a movie though, but yeah. Let's do it.
Okay, cool. Quiz round. So I've compiled a couple of descriptions of roles in production. They're fairly easy, and then I think we move on to questions that might be a bit difficult. But I would say they're mostly easy. I feel like if you're someone who spent like at least a couple of years in the industry, you would know. I think the jargon would be different. I'm expecting the right term, not just, oh, that guy, oh, this guy.
So we have to like talk about the right technical terms.
Yes.
In the books, or
Like technical term. Like technical term for the role.
Okay. Like,
Okay.
but it has to be in English or Hindi or like, cause it's like.
Hindi में मैंने तो कभी role सुने ही नहीं titles.
No, it's like they are
What do you call a director in Hindi?
director.
I once asked my sister, I was like, what do you call film in Hindi? She said,
Film.
picture.
Oh shit. वैसे what do you call director in Hindi is निर्माता. No.
Mata?
Nirdesak, man. It's thank you, Randy. So it's
It's not Nirmata, it's a female. It's gonna be Daddy.
it's Nirdesak, bro. Yeah, it's Nirdesak.
Okay, cool. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Okay, number 1. This person is responsible for capturing the live sound during filming. They often hold a long pole with a microphone attached to the end. Okay, Akash goes first.
It's called boom operator.
Okay, good. See, easy peasy.
Oh, yeah.
This person ensures continuity between shots by keeping track of details. Judy?
I know.
Assistant director, bro.
No.
No.
They keep a track of all the props and the actor positions. I can tell from Rishabh's face that he knows the answer. Personally, this is my favorite role. I love doing it. It's my favorite thing in the world because I get to keep track of details. I get to write things down.
Yeah. You've seen a lot of the films. There'll be continuity issues. They'll be wearing something or there'll be one pot which is missing पीछे से. वो सब इसलिए जाता है because this guy screws up. And then YouTube channels take like they get views कि अरे इसमें ये नहीं था वो नहीं था.
See it artist or something. I don't
No.
know. What is it?
Judy, do you want to give it a try?
Man, I'll say something weird.
I did this for one of the shoots for Diageo.
No, I know.
Arey, but what is the term for that, bro? I don't know, like.
It helped you a lot with the edits. Because I kept a track of everything.
Log lady.
Log lady.
What is it, bro?
Script supervisor.
Script supervisor. Is that a term?
No,
Yes.
man, it's not script supervisor.
It's
something
script supervisor.
Is it?
I've done that role countless times. My favorite thing in the world.
Script supervisor.
अच्छा, ठीक है,
Have you seen
next.
Community?
Will.
There's a scene where they like make a film, so everyone takes on different roles, and one of the girls, Annie, she's a script supervisor in it.
Oh,
Let's watch it.
my brother is really
Yeah.
into Community.
It's a great
Good show.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun.
Okay. Question number 3. This person designs the soundscapes of a film, including ambient noises and sound effects.
Foley artist.
No. They often work closely with the director and the editor to create a cohesive audio experience.
It's called the scoring guy, the scoring artist.
The scoring guy, no.
Uh,
Again, this person designs the sound.
sound designer.
Yes.
Oh shit. The answer wasn't the question. What the fuck was that?
Okay.
Sound designer.
This person coordinates stunts.
Action
Director.
action director. Action director.
Stunt coordinator coordinates stunts.
ठीक है.
Stunt.
We have to look out for answers in the question.
Yeah, stunt coordinator.
What you did in high school, no?
Yeah.
What is the meaning of this? The meaning of this is the poison of Cusco. Okay. This person designs costumes.
Costume designer.
Whoa!
Oh,
Now I'm gonna ace this.
bro, I cannot imagine doing
You'll
this
see.
to myself.
Okay.
It took a lot for him.
Okay, next round. This person ensures all equipment and props used on set comply with industry's safety standards and regulations. I understand that's not really a thing in a lot of the sets that we've been on.
Equipment dude. Set manager.
Close, but no.
Equipment manager.
Not close.
Stuff manager.
Production manager.
No. They conduct safety briefings and inspections before every shoot, focusing on the proper handling of hazardous materials.
Wait. So these guys are the ones who.
This is a role I wish
Wait, wait,
existed
wait.
in the Indian industry more.
Hold on. So this is the guy who is responsible if there's a stunt
Set
happening.
designer.
Pinto ji, you are
Is
not.
it a set designer?
Our DOP is giving hints. This
Is it a
is
set
cheating.
designer? Is it a set designer?
No. The set designer makes.
Yeah.
Question. So this is the person who is responsible if there is a practical effect happening. He's the guy who makes sure no one gets on fire and dies and
Yeah, so
stuff.
what they have to do essentially is that firstly they have to do the recce for the entire location, figure out where all the fire exits are, figure out what can be a hazard, keep a track of it. If there is a scene happening where a woman is going to be running from point A to point B, what are the hurdles that can happen?
But like, who made those standards of technical terms? I think it's different in different industries, isn't it? Right?
Yeah,
Like if we talk about
it's
UK,
non-existent in this country.
Safety supervisor.
Yeah, safety
supervisor,
officer,
bro. We
safety
don't-
officer, yeah.
Shit, it's like at least come to India, right? Like
Why this should
we don't
happen,
have
dude?
safety supervisor. In
Give me
India.
the point and let's go forward.
You know, if there's a fire on set, arey spot, aag gayi. Like
Bago.
yeah, we do that. Like the safety supervisor ka hai, like.
Bhai, oh,
I can
no.
just dream.
Hold on. आराम से. क्या कर रहे?
फंस गया.
नहीं इसको ऐसे मत करो ब्रो.
Don't cut, don't
कितना
cut.
बचा है bro?
उसको ऐसे फ्लिप होता है डाउन.
खत्म कर यार. बस 1 घंटे.
ऐसे
का-
flip
बस ये खत्म हो गया and then we're going to the next episode.
ठीक है.
ऐसे. Actually, just don't break it, man.
अरे मैं ठीक चल रहा हूँ.
नहीं. Okay, cool. So the next question. Now I'm scared that there's going to be a lot of discourse about this as well. This professional is responsible for designing and programming the algorithms that control on-set robotic cameras and motion control systems.
Repeat the question, please.
Yeah.
Responsible for designing and programming algorithms that control on-set robotic cameras and motion control systems.
Motion control designer.
Very close. Very close.
Motion control director.
Camera control director. Camera control designer.
Colder. He's warmer.
What did he say? Motion control.
Don't,
I'm just bro.
tips on motion control. You try something else.
Bro, he was closer. Why would I try something else? Like,
If we came up
cinematographer.
with motion control, you come up with the other term, no? They often work closely with the director of photography to ensure smooth and precise camera movements during complex shots.
Motion control supervisor.
No.
Camera control supervisor.
You stop.
Robotic
said
arm control supervisor. Like, fuck.
Motion control designer, motion and
You're in the right vicinity. Should I just tell you the answer
Yeah.
then? Motion control technician.
ठीक है ना यार.
Bro, I swear to
I'm not a guy who wants full marks.
Yeah, bro. Nobody,
That's why I said it's getting more
if you
difficult.
have studied in London, like I don't know, it's very tough for
Oh,
me.
yeah,
Okay,
Poorabi.
this should be easy. This should be easy, and you should know this. This person is in charge of managing the digital assets and metadata associated with the film's production, ensuring everything is properly archived and accessible.
आज तक ऐसे कोई नहीं मिला करने को.
Then you're telling me there is no
Data
one,
operator.
not one person who's responsible for just getting all the footage compiled.
Data
yeah,
operator.
there's one person who is responsible for getting all the footage compiled from all the cameras, getting it together and getting it to the editors.
Data
Because editors are not
operator,
usually on
data
set, otherwise they're in the
technician.
video village. So you need someone who compiles it, makes backups and then makes another backup and then gives it. There's a term for it. And there are people who work like this on big sets.
I have
because
to
you
meet
have
this
to.
person.
Because this one person has to be responsible for the entire thing.
Data operator, bro. Data keeper, data.
Yeah.
Our friends call it DIT. I'm right. But you can also call it digital asset manager. But it's a real role.
This is a very important role.
Yeah. Because the minute something messes up and some clip doesn't work, then you have one person to blame.
Yeah.
And you need that.
I
That's
need
a
a person like
responsible
that.
one.
Yeah.
That's a responsible job. Very
Yeah. Okay. This professional crafts miniature models of set designs to visualize scenes before they are built full scale. Very easy.
No,
very easy. All
I know
the
this.
words are in the line.
I know this. Come again.
Crafts miniature models of set designs to visualize scenes before they are built full scale.
Miniature artist.
Very close. Miniature model maker.
Good enough.
Yeah. You won, dude.
Miniature
Okay.
model maker.
Yeah.
Maker.
Maker.
But I think it could be different. It could be like miniature model artist or something. Like it could differ. Okay. Last round. Manages the color grading process.
Colorist.
Develops 3D models and animations.
3D artist.
3D modeler. 3D models. It's a difference, right? Modeler, compositor, artist. Okay. Oversees the integration of VFX into live action footage.
CGI मैंने CGI artist. CGI.
मैंने VFX बोला तो CGI पे क्यों गया?
कंप्लीट तो होने दे.
Bro, I wanna beat that shit.
Points भी नहीं पता.
VFX
कौन
बोली
रख
तो
रहा है?
CGI पे जा रहा है. Integration of VFX into live action footage. You should know this.
Integration of
VFX into live action footage.
compositor.
Yeah. Responsible for sound effects and audio design.
Sound artist. Sound.
Foley artist.
Yeah.
Yes. That's the पहले दिया होगा.
I think Judson is the king of this episode. Huge round of applause.
We are the champions.
सबसे I would say it was most of the questions were
I didn't ask you for feedback.
post-production questions, so yeah. Very less production.
Production में क्या बोलेंगे? Tell me some acting.
Okay, in the next episode, we'll discuss about AI and we'll discuss more about how it integrates into the industry and the current landscape and how it's going to be in the future, or at least how we see it in the future. That's it for today's episode. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll be back with some more gupshup and more trends. Thank you. Cut.
Cut.